it's Stephanie. I'm just leaving work right now, and it's raining cats and dogs. And I had a great day today. Today is officially my 4th day on my new role on my job at my new location. So with all this rain, something just occurred to me. Before I moved into my own home, I was going through the buying process. And as you know, there's many processes, and one of the processes is the home inspection. If you remember, one of the situations that I was dealing with was a leaky roof. With all this rain, it's probably a great time to check the roof inside the crawl space to see if it was actually leaking. And if it was it repaired like it was supposed to? So before I continue, I want to say thank you to all of my subscribers and to those people just visiting my channel for the first time. If you guys find something or see something that resonates with you, please consider on subscribing. And don't forget the like key, and don't forget to share. We'll be right back.
I'm not suggesting anything so complicated.
Bleeding, and I wonder if you really planned this all along.
So anyways, yeah, I was coming to my car, leaving my job, and I was thinking, gee, you know, just before I closed in the house, going through the process, and while the home inspection was ongoing, one of the problems that I was experiencing with the inspection was that we had a leaky roof. So we had a leaky roof. We don't know if it was really leaking because when the inspection was going on, it wasn't raining like this. It wasn't. All the inspector saw was water stains, which is indicative of a leaking roof. We don't know how bad it was because the whole process inspection, it wasn't raining. If it had been raining like this, my inspector would have spotted it right away. So with all the problems that we found with this house, the sellers decided to repair everything. And we had a double check and everything was repaired. However, what I'm gonna do is when it stops raining or during my day off, I'm gonna go up in the attic and check out those areas that was listed and that were photographed of having water stains. Yeah. That's what I'm gonna do on my day off, just to be sure. I don't wanna be sleeping one night, get up the next morning and find out that I got water coming down my walls, or in fact, it wasn't repaired correctly. So on my day off, I want to get a peace of mind. If I do find something, I may want to repair it myself or call a roofer to do it. So, anyways, what's going on? What's going on is with my new job is every day that I go in, I'm learning something new. And every time I learn something new, I have this feeling like I'm gonna like this job. It's different. There's more responsibilities. You have to be committed. And they're paying me more money. I might not have to get a part-time job. But then again, I wasn't looking for a part-time job because they weren't paying me enough, but rather extra money just to set aside. So I've been settled now in the home almost 2 weeks. And I'm not going to keep repeating myself of how much I like this home. I really like my little home. So anyways, I was at work today and I had a conversation with one of my coworkers. And she asked me if I lived alone. And I told her that I do. And I told her that on my day off, I like to get to know my town a little better. I asked her if she had checked out the bike trail, the bike path down here. It's called Withlahoochee. I told her it's called Withlahoochee Coochie, and she started laughing. But anyway, I've heard great things about this bike trail. I met a woman over the weekend, and she said to me, well, it's not very far, it's right behind our shop. They park over here, they get on their bikes, and they go down the trail. The trail is many, many miles long. And she did mention that it's rather spooky. Rather spooky. That makes me think. Should I carry my gun with me just in case? Maybe. You never know. If I'm gonna ride my bike down this trail that she's saying it's rather spooky, and I'm by myself, it's better to be protected than not be protected. If that trail has overhead trees with big branches and leaves that extend over both sides, that's going to make it like a very narrow tunnel. And it might not be as bright as other areas. But nonetheless, I got to keep that in mind when I go bike riding. So I'm starting to see some things here that I need to get done in my home. Can you believe this house was built in 1992? Yeah. So anyways, I'm noticing that not all the rooms have internet connection. Okay. In this very room right here, my media room, I don't have no Wi-Fi connection here, or internet, or cable connection. In my TV room, I have a coax cable connection, but it's not on the side of the wall that's big enough for my widescreen TV. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy some wire concealer or wire covers that matches my wall and go around this big opening door and across the other side. Because I don't really feel comfortable with drilling holes in my walls. And quite frankly, this is a concrete block home, and the wall where that coax connector is not a regular wall. The inside of the wall is drywall. The opposite side is concrete block. I'm not going to drill a hole in my concrete block just to push a wire through. But then again, I don't know. I might, because you see, I have to spend at least $50 just on the wire covers that have a sticky back on it, and run that up over the door arch to the other side. And I don't want to see my wall with a big plastic wire cover on it. It's just not going to look good. I have to further investigate that wall over here. If I can drill maybe a 1/4-inch hole and then push the coax through it. After all, I do have coax connectors and the proper tools to strip the wire. Because if I did it that way, it could be a lot cleaner look. I don't know. I have to think hard about that. You see, my community, the HOA here, provides free Wi-Fi. Every home in this community of 70 plus homes have free Wi-Fi in their homes. That means that every home has cable-ready connections throughout their home. This home don't have the wire connections in the room that works out for me. Like I said, over here where I have it, it's in a very small part of the wall, and my TV is about 60 inches. That wall is very narrow. I think where it should have had it, or where they could have put it when they built this home, would have been the opposite wall where my TV is right now. That's a big wall. I can't believe they didn't even think about putting a coax connection over there. They should have. So now I have no choice but to investigate the easiest way without destroying my walls to run the wire to the other side. And I didn't want the wire to be visible. At my townhome, I had the same situation. And what I did was I bought wire covers that ran on the floor and cover the wires so you don't trip over them. Over here, it's totally different. It's my home. I can do what I want. You can't go around with a drill on a rental townhome and popping holes everywhere. When they inspect it after you move out, they're going to charge you for the repairs. So it wouldn't have made any sense to me. But before this weekend comes here, I want to spend time and think about which route to take. And whichever route provides a better concealment of the wires is the route I'm going to take, because I like a clean look. I don't want wires all over the floor or strung across the walls. There are people that do that, and it's okay with them. With me, it's not. With me, it's not. I don't mind having wires on the floor in my media room. Lighting equipment, that I have wires on the floor with extension cords, but this is my media room. You're expected to have wires on the floor. So anyways, what else is happening this weekend? This weekend, I think also, I have a very, 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 very small project. My main entrance door has a small patch of rust on the right side of where the door opens. And I'm going to sand that down, prime it, and then I'm going to paint the whole entire door on the outside. It's a steel door, and I have the perfect paint for it. Yep. So these are my little projects, my little plans. And before I do my project, I might want to go for that ride on the bike trail later and just check out that trail. Maybe I might find someone that wants to do it. I don't know. We'll see. So what else is new? There ain't much else going on right now. I have not been sleeping very well for the past 4 days. If I'm sleeping in a bed that's too comfortable, it's too plush and too cushiony, I don't feel comfortable in it. I feel more comfortable in my rickety daybed that when I toss and turn, the spring box makes noises. I don't know why that is, but that little bed, I sure sleep good in it. I don't know if I'll sleep in it tonight, but I'd rather be in the master bedroom with a queen size bed. We'll see. So speaking of beds, this idea crossed my mind, I think it was last week. And I think I was thinking about changing rooms. I thought about putting my day bed where my queen bed is right now and putting my queen bed in this other room over here. You see, the room where my queen bed is, that walk-in closet is not as big as the one where my day bed is. And since I'm using my day bed now, I like to use the same walk-in closet that my day bed is in. Do I want to disassemble that day bed and drag everything 2 times to each room? That day bed took a long time to assemble. And same thing with a queen size bed. Because right now, if I sleep in the room where my queen is, I have to walk across the house to get to the other closet where my day bed is. When my co-workers and friends, Howard and Josh, helped me move, I didn't think quick enough to tell them, don't bring the furniture in that room. Make sure that goes over here and this goes over there. I noticed it the following day when I woke up. I'm like, oh gosh, I don't want to take these bed apart now after everything is settled and looking good. But I might just have to do that. I don't know. I like to be happy, but we'll see. We'll see. If I was to do this, I would have to get a good night's sleep so I can wake up early in the morning and finish everything before that day ends. I'm just getting too old to drag heavy things across the house and to take apart things all the time. It's very stressful on me. I'm getting old. I'm going to be 59 next year. Can you believe that? I'm going to be 59. Gosh, time fucking flies. But, so this weekend, I have this weekend off. And I have a lot to think about as far as the cable, run the cable to where the TV is. Because you see, the cable company, Spectrum, when I told them that I have free Wi-Fi service here and free TV programs free here, they gave me all the boxes and electronic equipment to hook to my TV. For the past few years, I've just been subscribing to just Wi-Fi. Because as you know, with Wi-Fi, you can downstream anything you want. And primarily, I've been just doing the YouTube thing. But when I moved into my townhome that I rented for 6 months, I actually subscribed to Netscape. And I've been doing Netscape and YouTube without any channels. Now I have mega channels because the HOA provides that, and we pay the HOA fee every month, and that's part of our HOA. That kind of like evens things out, because in this community I don't pay a sewage, and I don't pay cable TV or Wi-Fi, so I'm saving a lot of money. I'm saving over $100 a month. Over $100 a month. Knowing this, last week when that gentleman came over to try to sell me ADT home alarm system, I thought about that. You know, I can afford ADT home security, and plus they're giving me all the equipment. All I'm paying for is installation fee of $99. I just might call him up this weekend and schedule an install. Right now I do have cameras set up in my home in strategic locations, and I can monitor it with my Apple iPhone, but I don't have any service with that. I can only do live screenshots or live video, but I can't record anything. At least with my ADT, I gotta get a sign or two that goes outside of the house, and my windows and doors will be connected to the sensors. I'll think about that and see. After I pay my mortgage, I'll see what I have left in my budget for that. You know, you start subscribing to this and that and this and that, and the fees for these subscriptions are small, but they add up. My cell phone is only $29 a month, which is cheap, and I don't have cable TV subscription because I get it free. I don't have Wi-Fi because I get it free. I don't have any water and sewage because that's paid out through the HOA, and my HOA is very, very affordable. I just might do the home security this weekend. I'm not sure, but I think I might. So, for now, that's what's happening in my mind and in my life. Very simple stuff. Nothing major. As far as big projects for this home, there's only one thing I love to do when I have the extra money, is to put granite countertops in my kitchen, and possibly do a little paver deck outside here, a little section where I can get some lounging chairs and a table out there. The house right behind me has a beautiful little lounging deck of pavers, nice and flat and beautiful. I think that would look marvelous over here. Maybe one of these days I might go over there and introduce myself and ask him who did his pavers. And those two big things are probably the only thing I would want to do, is the pavers and the granite countertop, then I'm done. You see, next year, the HOA or community, they want to paint all the homes. And the painting of the exterior is $4,000. And I probably have another 5 years left on this roof. So that's going to be at least $12,000. And then I have the rest of my retirement with no more maintenance stuff. You do the math. I'm 58, I'm going to be 59 next year. And by the time I turn just before 65 or 69 or whatever, I'll still have another 15 years left before anything here is done. And I don't know if I'll live another 20 years. I'm just gonna take it one day at a time, guys. But anyways, that's what I got going for right now in my mind and any ideas I may have. And I hope you guys had a nice week, and I hope that you guys have a fantastic weekend. And I'll be talking to you guys very, very, very soon. You guys have a nice night.